Hello again. So something I actually didn't say in the last video, the Lorazepam water taper, is that I was dosing twice a day because it is short acting Lorazepam. Some people dose 3 times a day. It really depends how you feel. I did experience interdose withdrawal, but that was when I was initially taking the Lorazepam. When I went through the withdrawal and then I had this kind of reinstatement moment, which brought me back to a more stable baseline, it was like I couldn't really feel the interdose sensation. So even though I was dosing in the morning and the evening of the lorazepam after the reinstatement, I didn't really feel like, I took my dose in the morning and then I'd feel okay through the day. I didn't have that like, oh my God, like I'm feeling awful, the symptoms are coming on, and then like take the next dose in the evening and then be like, oh. Whereas I know some people can get that interdose withdrawal situation where you're really feeling it like wearing off. So yeah, that's why some people dose more times through the day. And I decided to do it twice just in case. I just didn't want to experience that again. It was horrible. So what you do in that instance is, from the last video, obviously I was explaining how you put the pill in the jar every day, and however many days you've decided to do it, whether it's 300 milliliters, so that would be up here, that would be a 300-day taper. You'd put 300 milliliters in every day. Or this is 150 milliliters, half of that, you're doing 150 milliliter taper. So then you'd put in 150 milliliters every day, which would be 150 days. Because obviously the idea is that you're taking this 1 milliliter out every day. As just discussed in the last video, you can pause your taper at any point by keeping your chart. What have I done with it? What have I done with the chart? Oh, here we are. Yeah, so you just keep, how many days you're doing, how much you've already taken out. You put the date, you put the time of taking the dose. And if you're pausing, then you just say how many days you paused for, just so it's useful. You know where you're at. You can see it on a chart then. Oh, I paused for this long and then I started again. And it's just really good to know what's happening, what are the patterns. If you're experiencing some symptoms, it's fine to pause, that you can just carry on. And if it means that it's more than 300 days in the end, then it's more, but that's how you would be doing it every day. If you're doing a 300 days, 300 milliliters in the water. And like I said in the last one, just to recap, because I know it can be quite like heady. I know it is for me. So when you have paused and you put it on the chart and pausing, all you do is you do the same thing every day. Like I say, 300 milliliters of water, you put your pill in, and then you take the dose out of which you've got to. So however much you're already taking out, you just take that out of the jar every day. And so nothing changes whilst you've paused your taper. Okay, so if you dose twice like I did, now this is another reason why I actually forgot to do it in the last video, is because I used to have more jars. I actually bought a whole load of these so I could have more for dosing. So let's say, okay, this is my whole dose, right? I want to do one morning and one evening. So this is my other jar. Even though it's a cup, just imagine that this is a jam jar, exactly like this. What I do is I basically put half, probably quite difficult to see because they're different, but oh no, okay. Kind of half, okay? But you get the idea, right? This is also, again, this is aspirin in this water. I didn't have any more lorazepam left, thank God. So this is aspirin, whereas like the water would definitely be more clearer than this. It wouldn't be all misty. Anyway, I'm doing my best to explain this. So from my bedroom, which I thought would be really apt, because how many people are having to do this? Like work out this stuff. literally be a scientist. I laugh, but it's pretty, yeah. So as much as I thought, oh, maybe I need to do this somewhere else in the house so people are going to take me seriously, I also thought, maybe just to be real. So I'm dyslexic, and were dyslexic and I'm dyslexic. I get quite overwhelmed with those kind of things. And I managed to do this, okay? Yeah, you can do it. You can do this. So I hope that makes sense. If you're dosing twice a day, you even the water out over the, yeah? And if you're doing it 3 times a day, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do is obviously buy whatever you're going to keep the water in, whether it's you decide to do little plastic containers or you decide to do jars. Even if you're dosing 4 times a day, again, it's just doing those equal amounts. And that is that. Yeah, so, you know, you're going to have your full dose in the first jar, right? Your full dose is going to be in the first jar. It's from that jar that you then pour into the other jars for dosing, and you just do it that way. Okay? You're going to do this. I believe in you.